Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Gelsina. Today I'm filming a class from my art studio in Italy. We'll be doing a 25-minute Pilates class with weights today. So let's get started. Let's start standing today with our legs wide and our arms out. So reaching to one side, come back to center, exhale, and reach to the other side. Keeping your feet strong. We'll do this 8 times total, just beginning to really loosen up the upper body. Coming back to center, now we'll reach for opposite foot. So as you come back up, exhale. Inhale as you bend down. Again, keeping your feet nice and sturdy on the ground. Going at any pace that's comfortable for you. We're just starting to move the body. Coming back to center now. And we'll step our left foot in and out. You can keep the legs straight or you can add a little squat like I'm doing. Again, we're just warming up the body. Make sure you're breathing. One more. Come back to your wide leg stance and we'll go to the other side. So you can just bring your right leg in and out, or you can add that squat. Let's do this 8 times. Keep the legs bent if you're in your squat. And then let's make our way back to standing, arms out. Bring the arms behind the back, interlace the fingers, and fold forward. So this should feel really good in the shoulders and the back. Relax the head. And then we'll take our arms to the ground. Just beginning to loosen the backs of the legs here, stretching and noticing where you feel the stretch. Let's turn now to frame our right foot. And you can have your back knee up or down. I like to just pivot forward and back. Just feeling our hips begin to open here. And then step back to downward dog. Relax your head. I like to just lift my heels up and then lower them down just to feel a little something extra. And then we'll step our left foot between the hands. And just like we did the other side, maybe pivot forward and back a bit. Feeling a nice stretch in the hips. And we'll step back to downward facing dog. Once again, just doing any movements that feel good for you. Then we'll shift forward to plank and then push back to downward dog. So try not to move your feet too much in these positions. You're really staying strong in the upper body and remembering to breathe with each movement. You should really begin to feel some heat created in your body. And then on this next one, let's hold in our plank position. Stay on your right hand and just pivot the feet so you can come to a side plank. And we'll do that on the other side. So we'll do this once more each side, just really beginning to open and stretch the body. And then let's come back to our plank and push back to downward dog. Let's now lower the knees, push back to child's pose. You can stay here or walk the arms all the way to the left side, really straightening the arms. And then coming back to center and walking the hands all the way to the right side. Let's now come back up to hands and knees and we'll grab a weight in our left hand. And then with this, we'll stretch our left arm forward and our right leg back. And then as you inhale, bring everything in. Exhale, push out. So feel strong in your right hand and your left knee that's balancing you. So good. Let's just do one more. And then we're going to hold and just pump the arm and leg up and up 8 times. From here, keep everything lifted and just bring your left arm out to the left side and bring your right leg out to the right. So we'll do that 4 times, bringing everything out and then bringing it forward. Really focus on your breath here and try to make sure your leg isn't swinging too far off balance. Come back to center, lift everything up, and then lower down. Maybe do a few cat-cows just to stretch the spine here. Really good. Let's take our weight with the other hand now and do the same thing. So reach the arm forward, the leg back. As you inhale, crunch in. Exhale, push out. We'll do this 8 times total. And then on your last time, let's hold everything out. And we'll pump 8 times. Good job. And then same with the other side. So we're swinging our right hand to the right side, left leg to the left. 4 times here. Really staying strong with the breath. I know it's difficult. And come back to center. Lift everything up. And then release down. Great job. And we'll do a few cat-cows here just to release the spine. Let's now take a hold of one or both weights in your left hand. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can use both weights. So from here, we're just going to keep our elbow close to our body and reach the left arm forward and back. Really just focus on your breathing here. And you can stay with this, or you can incorporate your right leg back, so just the opposite leg, bringing everything in and out. Finding your balance. And then on this last one, let's hold everything up and just breathe. Really good. Let's lower down, put your weights to the side for a moment, and come down on your right forearm. So it should be parallel to the top of the mat. And pushing into your left hand, let's open the knee up and then close it down as you breathe. So I like to bring a weight in between the back of the leg here just for a little extra challenge, but you can stay without the weight. So we're really breathing and opening the hip. So good. And then on this last one, let's hold it up and just do pumps. So we'll do 8 pumps. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Lower down. Maybe put the weight to the side if you had it. And then from here, we're going to open and stretch the leg. So just like we were doing before, we're just adding a kick. And we'll do this 8 times total. Really reaching out with the kick and bringing everything in. Breathing. Let's do 2 more. Stay strong. Great job. Bring your leg down. Come up onto your hands and knees for a moment. And then let's find our way onto our forearms from here. So tuck the toes and lift into a dolphin pose. So this should feel really good in the backs of the legs and the spine. Breathe. Lower down, and then let's switch sides. So I'm just turning around so you can see me. Make sure that your weights are close to you. And just like we did the other side, either choosing one or both weights, we'll keep the elbow into the body and just straighten the arm back and then bending it in as you breathe. Feel free to stay here, or like we did the other side, you can incorporate that back leg. Just making sure that you're nice and balanced on the hand and knee. Breathe. Really good job. Let's just do 2 more. And then from here, we'll hold everything up. Breathe and lower. Great job. Set your weights to the side. Maybe do a cat, cow. And let's now prepare for the other side of the glute work. So bring your left forearm down to the mat. Stay balanced on your right hand, and then we'll just open our right knee and close it. Bringing it up and down. Again, you could add that weight for a little extra challenge. We'll do this 8 times total. Really good. And then on your 8th time, let's hold it up and we'll just do 8 pumps. Continue breathing. Really good. Lower the leg down, remove the weight, and then from here, we'll open and then kick back. Bring the knee back down and close. Let's do this 8 times. Really want you to feel your leg going as far back as you can when you kick back. Notice where you're feeling this in your glutes, in your side body. Let's do 2 more. So good. Let's lower down now and come back onto our forearms. Lift the hips into your dolphin pose. Feel the stretch. From here, let's come into a plank position with the forearms down. So you could stay here just focusing on your breath, or you could interlace the fingers and tap your right hips to the right side 8 times. Focus on your breath. So good. And now let's tap on the left side 8 times. You should really feel this in your abs, your arms. Try to keep your hips at a steady height. Come back to center, hold, breathe. Feel strong here. And then let's lower slowly down onto the front body. Keep your forearms down and just breathe into your chest here. Roll your shoulders back. Stay here or lift your elbows off the ground for a more intense stretch. Slowly lower down. And let's make our way back up to standing from here. Take a hold of your weights. So we're about halfway through class, a little bit more. So let's keep with this momentum. So let's come into chair pose at the front of the mat. Reach the arms forward and then stand back up. So we're doing squats here and we'll do this 8 times. You can find your adjustment. I'm bringing my feet a little bit further away from each other. Pushing my glutes back, feeling balance on your heels. Breathe. Reach and breathe. Tell yourself that you're becoming stronger with every movement. So good. On your 8th time here, we're going to just hold and do tiny little pulses in our squat. Keep breathing. So good. Let's come all the way up to standing. Release the arms. And then from here, let's come to the back of the mat. Step your right foot forward into a lunge. Reach the arms up and then back down, and then step your left foot forward. So we'll step our right leg back now, reach the arms up, down, and then step forward. So we're just doing this 8 times, just transitioning each time with a different leg, feeling sturdy, feeling balanced and strong. Focus on your breathing. Really good job. Now let's come to the top of the mat here. Let's step our left leg back into a lunge behind us. We're feeling really strong here as we hinge forward, but our back is nice and flat. And then we're just bending our left foot in and bringing our arms with us, tapping back and forward. Great job. Let's do this 8 times total. 4, 3, 2, 1. This time let's hold our arms back and we're just doing 10 pumps with the arms. Really good. How high can you lift those arms? Great job. Let's step forward and we'll do the other side. So let's step back with the right leg, hinging forward, and then let's incorporate our arms as we tap our right foot forward and back, really reaching those arms back and up. Find your breath. Great job. And then on this last one, let's do 10 pumps up and up. Really feeling it in those arms, I know. So good. Let's come back to standing and relax for a moment. Let's take our legs out wide now, just like we did at the beginning of class. So our feet are parallel. Bring the arms out at shoulder height. Reach the arms together, bring them out, and then we'll go to opposite foot. So we'll just continue with this. Palms come together out, and then reaching down, down, and back up. You can go at your own pace here. Just try to really focus on staying strong in the arms, in the legs, and not being too flimsy, really just having a nice, strong rhythm here. So from here, you can continue that, or you can really bend into the legs, and we'll just lose the arm part of bringing the arms forward. So we're just bending down to opposite foot and reaching the arms up. I really increased my speed here, but again, you could go at your own pace. So good. Let's now hinge forward, bring the arms at shoulder height, and then reach the arms forward and back, forward and back. So your back is straight, parallel to the floor. This is really tough, but stay with it and breathe. So good. Let's now take the arms at shoulder height, hold, and then fold down. You can release your weights. Maybe take a hold of your legs, bring your head towards the ground, and breathe. Really good job. So let's come to sitting now. We're coming towards the end of our class. We're just going to end with a bit of a ab series. So don't worry, I made this pretty fun, so it's not going to be as boring. Let's bend our knees into our chest, and then we'll reach the arms forward and come up with the weights. So we're sort of just crunching up, and feel free to add a little bit of an extension with the legs there. As you come up, exhale. Inhale down, exhale up. Really good job. Let's now just hold here. Can you extend your legs? Reach the arms and breathe. This is a difficult one, I know. Lower down, bring the knees to the chest, and take a moment here to breathe. From here, let's reach your right leg up. Left leg is towards the ground, and we're just switching. So we're doing sort of scissor kicks. Notice that neither of my legs are touching the ground. They're just hovering. So you're crunching up as you breathe, as you exhale. So good. See how long you can make your body when you come down to the ground. Really focus on your breathing here. And then last one, and now we'll bring both legs up and down at the same time. So we're just doing our leg lifts and our crunch here. As you exhale, crunch, inhale, become long. Really good job. Let's do one more together. And then we're going to hold, and you can extend the legs at an angle, and we'll just pump our arms. Really strong here, I know. Make sure you're breathing, and then very slowly release the legs down and roll down with the upper body. Release the weights, maybe bring your legs out. We're beginning to slow down the breathing here. Maybe stretch your arms overhead. Stretch the toes. After any ab work, I like to sort of counter stretch it out with a back bend. So bringing your body to an upward table position. Lift the hips up and breathe here. Really good. Lower the hips down. And then we'll come into a twist here. So we're just keeping our right leg bent and twisting to the right side. Notice how I just have my fingertips on the ground behind me, so I'm not falling back to that back arm. And then let's switch sides. Turning, looking over the left shoulder. And we'll release the twist. Let's now come onto hands and knees and lift to downward dog. Walk the hands towards the feet and fold over the legs here. This should feel really good. Let's walk the hands out in front of us, back to downward dog. Reach your right leg up behind you. And then we'll swing it in between our hands. Reach the arms up and back into a beautiful back bend here, opening the heart to the world. And then let's shift forward, folding over our right leg into a half split. Come back to downward dog, breathe, and let's raise our left leg up. Swing it between the hands into your lunge. Lower the back knee and come into a back bend on this side. Breathing into the heart. Lower the hands down and then push back, folding over your left leg. Shift forward and push back to downward dog. Doing any movements that feel good for you. And then let's drop the knees down, coming into a camel pose. So if it's too intense for you, you can always just stay in this position, bringing your palms to your low back and lifting your chest up. Maybe if it's comfortable, you could reach for one heel and then the other. And if you're a seasoned yoga practitioner, maybe you could reach for both heels, just really pushing your hips out and lifting your chest to be open. Really good. And then to come out of it, let's just sit onto our heels and come right into rabbit pose. So we're bringing the top of our head to the ground, and I like to reach my arms overhead. Just a counter pose. So good. Let's now come to the center of the mat, into a cross-legged position. Roll the shoulders back a few times. And we'll reach the arms up and then down. Let's do this several times and just imagining that you're creating a beautiful energy around you. Reach the arms up, bring the palms together, and we'll bring our palms in front of our heart. We'll end our class here today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this felt good in your body, and I can't wait to hear about it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.